students, in the previous class, we have finished exercise 3.2. Now let us move on to the next topic from the chapter, and the name of the topic is kinds of quadrilaterals. And about the quadrilaterals, we have already discussed in the previous class. A quadrilateral is a polygon having 4 sides. And based on the nature of the sides or angles of quadrilateral, it gets special name. Like for example, rectangle, square, trapezium, parallelogram, kite, etc. So all these they belong to the quadrilateral, because if we draw a rectangle, then this rectangle also has 4 sides. So it belongs to quadrilateral only. And the square, it has all sides equal, and altogether there are 4 sides. So because of this, it belongs to the quadrilateral only. And similarly, parallelogram also has 4 sides. Kite also has 4 sides. And trapezium, this trapezium also has 4 sides. So all this figure belongs to the quadrilaterals. Now let us learn about the parallelogram, its definition and the properties. First, let me define parallelogram as a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. So in a parallelogram there are altogether 4 sides, and the opposite sides must be parallel to each other. So here the given figure ABCD is a parallelogram, and in this parallelogram there are 4 sides AB, BC, CD and AD, and the opposite sides here are AB and CD, AD and BC. So in a parallelogram, the side AB must be parallel to CD, and the remaining 2 sides AD also parallel to BC. Now let us learn about the properties of a parallelogram. The first property is, in a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal in length. So altogether there are 2 pairs of opposite sides here in the parallelogram. Like for example, AD and BC. So they are the opposite sides and they must be equal. So here I have written AD equals to BC. And similarly, the remaining 2 sides AB and CD, they are also opposite sides and they are also equal in length. So this is the first property of a parallelogram. Now the second property of a parallelogram is, in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal in measures. So altogether there are 4 angles in a parallelogram. So in this case, angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. And out of these 4 angles, angle A and angle C, they are opposite angles, and similarly angle B and angle D, they are opposite angles. And by the second property of a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal, so that we can write angle A equals to angle C and angle B equals to angle D. Now the third property of a parallelogram is, the consecutive angles are supplementary. So consecutive means adjacent angles, when we add, then we get 180 degree. So like for example, angle A and angle B, they are consecutive angles. Angle B and angle C, they are also consecutive angles. Angle C and angle D, they are also consecutive angles. And if we add the consecutive angles, like for example angle A and angle B, then we get 180 degree. So similarly, if we add angle B and angle C, then also we get 180 degree, because angle B and angle C, they are also consecutive angles. And angle C and angle D, they are also consecutive angles. And if we add them, we get 180 degree. And similarly, angle A and angle D, when we add, then also we get 180 degree. So this is the third property of a parallelogram. Now the fourth property of a parallelogram is, the 2 diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So in a parallelogram, we can draw 2 diagonals, and these 2 diagonals, they cross each other at this point, So let us denote this point by O. And here, the two diagonals, they intersect each other. So the diagonal AC has been divided into two by the diagonal BD. And similarly, the diagonal BD has been divided into two parts by the AC. And according to the fourth property of the parallelogram, this diagonal they bisect each other, which means the length AO is equal to OC. So if the length AO is 3 cm, then the length OC is also 3 cm. And similarly, the length BO must be equal to the length OD. So if the length BO is 5 cm, then the length OD is also 5 cm. So that we can write AO equals to OC and BO equals to OD. So altogether we have learned four properties of a parallelogram. Number 1, the opposite sides are equal in length. Number 2, opposite angles are equal in measures. Number 3, the consecutive angles are supplementary. And number 4, the two diagonals bisect each other. So these properties are very much important. And using this property, we need to solve some questions from exercise 3.3. Now let me solve question number 1 from exercise 3.3. And the question is, given ABCD is a parallelogram, complete each statement along with the definition or property used. So number 1, AD equals to dash. So here we need to complete this statement. And in order to complete this statement, what definition or which property we have used, that also we have to write. So here AD equals to, so AD in this figure is the left side, and using the first property, that is opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in length. So opposite sides of AD is BC. So AD equals to BC. And also we have to write the property that we have used here. The property used is opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in length. Now using the property of a parallelogram, let me solve question number 2 from exercise 3.3, and the question is, consider the following parallelograms. Find the values of the unknown x, y and z. So this is a parallelogram ABCD, and x, y, z are the angles of the parallelogram, and angle C is given 100 degree. So using this information, angle C equals to 100 degree, we need to find the value for x, y and z. And we have already learned in the properties of a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal in measure. Angle C is given, which is 100 degree, and the angle opposite to angle C is angle A. So using the property of a parallelogram, the value for y is also 100 degree because these two are the opposite angles. So y equals to 100 degree because the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal in measure. We have got the value for y. Now we need to find the value for z and x. So first let us find the value for z. And here we are going to use the another property of a parallelogram, that is the consecutive angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Which means if we add these two angles, then we must get 180 degree. But the value for y we have already obtained is 100 degree. So z plus 100 degree equals to 180 degree. Now we shift this 100 to the right hand side, and after subtraction we get z equals to 80 degree. So we have got the value for y, which is 100 degree, and value for z, which is 80 degree. Now if we look at this parallelogram, angle z and x, they are also opposite angles. So using the second property of a parallelogram, the value for x is also 80 degree because x and z are the opposite angles. So in this way, we have got the value for x which is 80 degree, value for y which is 100 degree, and value for z which is 80 degree. Now let me solve the next question of question number 2. And here this is the given parallelogram, and this angle is given 30 degree, this angle is x, this angle is y, and this angle is z, and this symbol stands for 90 degree. And you can see here clearly that x and 90 degree, they are vertically opposite angles. And we already know that the vertically opposite angles are equal in measure. So this angle x is also 90 degree. So x equals to 90 degree because 90 degree and x, they are vertically opposite angles and they must be equal. Now we have got the value for x which is 90 degree, and this angle is 30 degree, and this value for y we need to find out. And here this is a triangle. Now we apply the angle sum of a triangle. So in a triangle, the sum of three angles is 180 degree. So x plus y plus 30 degree equals to 180 degree. And we have already got the value for x which is 90 degree. So we replace the value for x here. And after simplification, we get y equals to 60 degree. Because 90 degree plus 30 degree is 120 degree. And when we shift to the right hand side, it will be 180 degree minus 120 degree. And after subtraction, we get 60 degree. So we have got the value for y which is 60 degree. Now the remaining is z. And here the angle y and the z, they are alternate angles. And the alternate angles, they are also equal in measure. So whatever is the value for z, the same will be the value for y. So here I have written z equals to y because they are the alternate angles, and z equals to 60 degree because the y value we have got is 60 degree, and the value for z is also 60 degree. So we have got the value for x which is 90 degree, value for y is 60 degree, and value for z is also 60 degree. Now let me solve another question from question number 2. So this is a fifth sub question, and here this is the given parallelogram, and this angle is 112 degree, this angle is y, this angle is x, this upper angle is 40 degree, lower angle is z. And here also we need to find the value for x, y, and z. Now in this parallelogram, 112 degree and the angle y, they are opposite angles. So using the second property of a parallelogram, the value for y is also 112 degree because the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal in measure. So in this way we get the value for y. And after getting the value for y, in order to get the value for x, here we use the angle sum property of a triangle because this is a triangle in which there are three angles x, y, and 40 degree. So when we add the three angles of a triangle, then it is equals to 180 degree because angle sum property of a triangle, and the value for y that we have already obtained is 112 degree. So here we replace the value for y, and then we add 112 degree with 40 degree, which is equals to x plus 152 degree equals to 180 degree. Now we shift this 152 degree to the right hand side, and after subtraction we get x equals to 28 degree. We have got the value for y, which is 112 degree, the value for x, which is 28 degree. Now if we look at the figure, then this x and z, they are the alternate angles. And we already know that the alternate angles are also equal in measure. So z equals to x because they are the alternate angles and they must be equal. So whatever is the value for x, the same will be the value for z. And the value for x is 28 degree, so that the value for z is also 28 degree. So we have got x equals to 28 degree, y equals to 112 degree, z equals to 28 degree. So in this way we need to solve the questions from 1 and 2 using the properties of a parallelogram.